to Uzima Lifestyle Center, Eat for Optimal Health. We are so glad that you joined us today for this episode. Remember that this season we are preparing gluten-free dishes. Yes, you heard me correctly. Gluten-free dishes. And today is no exception. I'm so excited about this because ever so often we keep thinking, what can we introduce so that we can have a nice variety of meat substitute? Not the processed one, but from natural ingredients. So here you have it today. It is cauliflower steak. And you can call it whatever name you choose, but it's actually a very nice steak that can be barbecued or whatever you choose to add to it. So for this dish, we need, of course, cauliflower, which is our main ingredient. And then we have our chia seeds, which is going to act as our egg. Then we have our milk, and we are using almond milk today. We are using some apple cider vinegar, organic apple cider vinegar, because we need to coagulate the milk so that we have like a buttered milk. In addition to that, we have our breadcrumbs here and our oats, right? And this is what's going to be used to coat it. And the recipe doesn't call for this, but I could never cook without garlic and onion. And here we have some fresh thyme. So here you have it, all the ingredients. And in addition to that, we have some vegetable broth. So these are just some additions. So what we are going to do now, very quickly, we are going to put the milk in the bowl. Here we have our milk in our bowl, and we are going to add to this some apple cider vinegar so that this can start coagulating. All right. All right, so you're going to see some curdles coming there very soon. Here is our chia seed, and this is going to act as our eggs. So I'm just going to switch it around. And in the meantime, I am going to add, we have some breadcrumbs here. I'm going to add some oats to the breadcrumbs. And then we are going to put it in the Vitamix. Yes. And we are going to make sure that this is well pulverized. Okay, so this is good and ready to go. So you see, this is good and ready to go. Okay. So now we are going to, very quickly, we are going to put the chia in here. And we are going to add the milk as well. And we are going to blend these all together. Now, very important, I am going to add my seasonings here. So that's the time. We have the onions. And here we have our garlic, and I'm going to blend it a little more. Okay, so I want you to see this consistency. You see it's nice and thick, right? Nice and thick. Now, before we put it on the cauliflower itself, I'm going to add to this to give it flavor. I'm going to add some vegan veggie seasoning. And then I'm going to blend it a little more so that when we pour it on the cauliflower, it would have a real nice flavor. So now that this is fully blended, we are going to divide the cauliflower into 2 bowls. As you can see, I have my 2 bowls of cauliflower here. And then I'm going to pour this mixture on the cauliflower. Until it's nicely coated. We're going to do the same here. So we're going to mix this up very well like this. With the help of this pastry brush, we're going to make sure that this is nicely coated here. And then we're going to let this sit for a little bit. And while it's sitting for a little bit and marinating very nicely, I forgot to show you, this is the type of oats that we are using. It is gluten-free rolled oats, gluten-free rolled oats, right? Good. So that is what we mixed in the milk with the chia seed, etc. Here we have our breadcrumbs. But before I put the breadcrumbs, I like to put my sweet peppers. And then we are going to make sure that this is nicely marinated. You want to make sure it's nicely coated. And we're going to allow that to sit for a little bit. The benefits of the cauliflower are as follows. It is naturally dense. Of course, we talked about the fiber. It is a good source of antioxidant. And why antioxidant is so important? Because it keeps free radicals at bay. Free radicals is what cause aging, and it can lead to all kinds of chronic diseases. Now, it's very important that we note here also that cauliflower has choline. Choline. And why this is so very important? Because choline plays a major part in maintaining the integrity of the cell membrane. If you forget everything else, I want you to remember this, that cauliflower is high in choline, and choline is important for the maintenance of the integrity of the cell membrane. So it synthesizes the DNA and the supporting metabolism, right? So this is very important. And this information came from PubMed. Also, choline is also involved in the brain development. So you can see that this is great for pregnant mothers, right? So because of the choline. It also is important for the production of neurotransmitters that transmit the signals, right? The nerve signals, right? This is necessary for a healthy nervous system. So this choline is very, very important. And what's more important, it helps to prevent cholesterol from accumulating in the liver. So all around, this cauliflower is what I would like to call a superfood, because that is really what it is, a superfood. Now that the cauliflower is well coated, can you see it? It's well coated here. To this, we are going to add some breadcrumbs. And what we did, we used multi-grain bread. We toasted it and just put it in the Vitamix. So we are going to spread Okay, we'll do the same with this set. And we are going to let it sit a little more and marinate. Okay, so we have both of our bowls ready to go. While we wait on this to marinate a little more, let me tell you about the benefits of the chia seeds. Now, chia seeds are a very excellent source of fiber, as you can imagine. It can improve your heart health. Very, very important for us to take note of that. It reduces cholesterol levels. It promotes intestinal health. Now, we need to make sure our intestines are healthy. Fiber takes longer to digest, and it makes you feel full for a long time. Now, which can help also in weight loss. Now, when you use fiber-rich foods like the chia seed, you also reduce your risk of developing things like diabetes and heart disease. So the chia seed is excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, so now we are ready with our 2 bowls of cauliflower. The next step is our barbecue sauce. So I want you to see the one that I'm using. It's the Kinder brand, and this is organic, and this is a little hot and spicy. So what I'm going to do, in addition to the hot and spicy one, I am going to use one that is a little less spicy, right? So I'm going to use these in combination. So I'm going to pour this out. Right, and then we are going to put some of the organic on there. Going to do the same on this side. And the same over here. Good. Got to make sure that this is nicely marinated because we are going to put it in the oven to cook. You want it to have a nice, really nice coating. See what this looks like? So we're going to stir it up from the bottom to make sure everything is nicely coated there. And we're going to do the same here. Want you to see what it looks like in the bowl. So now that we are finished with this, we have our greased bowl here. I have my parchment paper dish, and then we have the cauliflower nicely marinated, and we're going to put it in this dish. We have our nice sauce here. Gonna make sure we have everything in there. Right, and on top here we are going to sprinkle some breadcrumbs. Okay, so we are now ready to put this in the oven, and we are going to cook this for about 40 minutes. So on the other side, you will see what our cauliflower steak, barbecue steak looks like. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, here you have it. Our baked cauliflower bites, or you can call it baked cauliflower barbecue bites. And this is what it looks like when it's all done. And as usual, we have our beautiful plate here that you can see. Right? In this plate, we have a serving of peas and rice. Then we have our baked cauliflower barbecue bites, or you can call it barbecue steak. And then we have a bed of spring mix with tomatoes and avocado. This is a complete meal. You have your protein for the beans here, and the rice, your carbs. Then you have your salad, which will give you a lot of your minerals and vitamins. And here we have our cauliflower. We talked about all the benefits. So this is a different way that you can prepare your cauliflower. Feel free to make this recipe. Leave a comment on our page and let us know how yours came out. I am just excited to hear what you have to say. And as usual, eat for optimal health, for your body is God's temple. Remember to join us in the next 2 weeks, and feel free to share the link with your friends and family, because we are all about healthy eating. Thank you again for joining us. See you in the next 2 weeks.